Gaming isn't what it used to be, and if you've played anything released in the last few years, you already know why. Remember when a new game meant staying up all night, exploring, discovering secrets, and just having fun? Those days feel like a distant memory. Today, it seems like every major release comes with microtransactions, overhyped remakes, or buggy launches. In this video, we're diving into how gaming went from being a hobby everyone loved to something that's frustrating, expensive, and often disappointing. From the rise of monetization to toxic communities and the industry's obsession with safe bets, we're covering it all. Stick around because by the end you'll see exactly why gaming as we knew it is on the decline. And maybe why some of it might never come back. It all starts with money. Gaming isn't just about entertainment anymore. It's about cash. You can spend $60 on a game and then realize the developer wants another $100 just for you to stay competitive. Microtransactions, loot boxes, battle passes, these aren't small add-ons anymore. They're the core of many games' business models. Take Star Wars Battlefront 2 for example. Back in 2017, players discovered that leveling up their favorite character required hours of grinding, or paying real money. The backlash was massive, but the practice didn't die. Look at FIFA, Ultimate Team. It's reported that EA makes over $1 billion annually just from player packs. Fortnite's battle passes? Same concept. Players feel forced to spend to keep up. The problem isn't just cost, it's design. Games are often intentionally made grind heavy to push players into paying. This changes the experience from fun to chore. The thrill of discovery gets replaced by paywalls, and it's exhausting. Then there's the constant flood of remakes and sequels. Gaming companies have discovered the safe route. Take something that worked 10 or 20 years ago, slap on prettier graphics, and then sell it again. And look, there's nothing wrong with remasters, but the obsession with them comes at a cost of the original ideas. Call of Duty, for instance, releases a new title every year with minimal changes. Sure, there are tweaks and new maps, but fundamentally, it's the same game. And look, Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes are beautiful and fun, but they aren't new experiences. They're nostalgia-driven cash grabs. No Man's Sky tried to innovate but failed at launch, though it eventually found its footing years later. The point is clear, risk-taking is rare because companies are more worried about profits than creativity. Gamers notice. When every release feels predictable, it's hard to stay excited. And for a hobby built on exploration and new experiences, that's a big deal. Let's talk about the people. Online gaming has always had its dark side, but things have escalated. Toxicity, harassment, cheating, it's everywhere. For many casual players, just logging into an online game is stressful. Imagine joining a game for fun and within the first 5 minutes you're called names, griefed, or kicked from your own team. MMORPGs like World of Warcraft have long histories of drama, and competitive titles like League of Legends or CSGO are notorious for player harassment. Fortnite, Apex Legends, and even some online co-op games have toxic chats where a single mistake can earn hours of abuse. The consequences aren't minor. Casual players leave, communities shrink, and the welcoming environment that once drew people in is gone. Some developers try to moderate, but the sheer volume makes it nearly impossible. And when companies intervene, the culture is already baked in, leaving new players frustrated. Another huge issue is game quality. We've all bought a hyped release only to find it riddled with bugs, glitches, and unfinished mechanics. Developers are under pressure to release games fast, often working extreme overtime or crunch to meet deadlines. Cyberpunk 2077 is the most famous recent example. Launched in 2020, it was broken on almost every console, with missing features and performance issues that made it nearly unplayable. Anthem, another buggy disaster. Launched with massive hype but little substance, Ubisoft has faced repeated criticism for pushing developers to crunch, resulting in buggy launches and burnout. This isn't just frustrating for players, it's exhausting for the people making the games too. When the focus is on meeting deadlines and maximizing profit instead of quality, the experience suffers for everyone. Then there's the issue of platforms. Gaming used to be about gathering with friends, but now it's fragmented. Console wars, store exclusives, and region locks make it harder to play together. Epic Games store exclusives, PlayStation versus Xbox titles, and even certain MMORPGs locked to regions or accounts prevent players from easily connecting. This creates a barrier, not just in terms of gameplay but in community. If your friends are on the wrong platform, you might never get to play together. The industry claims it's for unique experiences or business strategy, but for the average gamer, it just feels frustrating. Games aren't just released anymore, they're services. Developers constantly update them, but many of these updates are just designed to get you spending more. Live service games like Fortnite, Destiny 2, and Apex Legends keep players hooked. But the goal isn't always fun, it's engagement metrics and revenue. Daily login rewards, seasonal passes, and timed events make games feel like a job rather than a hobby. This shift changes the relationship between player and game. Fun becomes secondary to retention, and suddenly the joy of discovery is replaced by a cycle of obligation. If you step back, you see a pattern. Games are designed to make money, not to be enjoyed. Communities are toxic, launches are buggy, and creative risk-taking is rare. The things that made gaming magical, the joy, the exploration, the shared experiences, are being replaced by grind, monetization, and frustration. It's easy to blame companies, but part of this is systemic. Modern gaming is a business built on engagement metrics, subscription models, and recurring revenue. Players get frustrated, developers get burned out, and the magic is lost. But it's not all doom and gloom. There are still innovative games, passionate indie developers, and communities that thrive. Games like Stardew Valley, Hollow Knight, or the later updates to No Man's Sky show that passion, creativity, and quality still exist. The key is awareness. By understanding what's broken, we as players can demand better, support indie games, call out exploitive practices, and hold companies accountable. Gaming's decline isn't irreversible, it's just a battle between profit-driven design and genuine creativity. Gaming as we knew it is changing, and not always for the better. From microtransactions to toxic communities, buggy releases, and endless remakes, the hobby we loved is under pressure like never before. But the passion is still out there, hidden in smaller communities and indie projects that prioritize fun over profit. The choice is ours: settle for grind or push for the games we truly want to play. If you care about the future of gaming, subscribe now so you never miss an update.